Okay, we're discussing about the engineering profession. We have discussed the roles and duties of the civil engineer as well, and along the way we have also discussed the differences between science and engineering. Okay, the topics which we covered last time. What about responsibility? What is responsibility? And what is blame? Basically, they are opposite of each other. Then the types of responsibility we have three. One because of a skill, the other one because of something goes wrong, you have to find the reason, and the third one is because of your role. Okay, the factors which can make you go against your responsibility or which can make you escape your responsibility, and in all of them there was one thing common, which is you are not making decision on the basis of your skill and knowledge. You are making decision on the basis of your job, your people, your boss, your client, and something. Okay, so this is what was common in all of them. Then when you are taking the responsibility, you have to be honest. Okay, whatever you are doing, you have to be honest with it. And these are the different forms of dishonesty we can have. And again, there was one thing which is common in all of them, which is the intention. Okay, so you are lying, you are misrepresenting the information, you are hiding something, you are not finding out the real reason, the real cause. All of this comes under dishonesty if you are doing it with the intention to deceive the other guy. Okay, you are doing it intentionally. Okay, you know it is wrong, but still you are doing it. Okay. So our greatest responsibility is for the society, right? Okay. And obviously society does not hire you directly. There is some client who will hire you to do the job, right? Okay. And so there are 7 principles which we have to keep in mind when we are dealing with the client. Okay. But the client does not mean a person. It can mean an organization. It can mean the society. Okay. Anybody for who you are doing the job, that is your client. Whether it's a person, the organization, the country, or the whole world. Okay. Whoever you are doing the job for becomes your client. Okay. And there are 7 principles you have to keep in mind to deal with the clients honestly. Okay. Come forward. Okay. The first thing is that integrity. Okay. Whatever you are doing, you will be doing with honesty. Okay. There should not be any dishonesty in your work. Okay. And what is the main part of honesty? I mentioned dishonesty in the last slide, right? Different types of dishonesties. Right or wrong? What was the main part in all of them? Yes? Intention. Okay, in all of them, the main part is intention. So whatever you are doing it with an honest intention. If you make a mistake, everybody makes a mistake, right? Yeah, people, everybody makes a mistake. The 4 of you, come forward. The last 4. 2 and 2, both of you. Both rows, both rows. Okay, so yeah, the first principle is you should be honest to your job. Okay, you should be honest to your job. You should not try to do anything wrong intentionally. You know it is wrong and you are still doing it. Okay, so this is the first rule. Integrity means whatever you are doing it with an honest or right intention. Okay, and this applies to you guys even at this stage as well. Right now you are what? Students, right? Okay. So as a student you have some roles and responsibilities, right? Okay. So again the same applies here as well. Okay. You have to do everything with honesty. You may even get the grade, yeah. Okay. The doctor gives you the excuse whether you have a headache or you don't have a headache, right? You get the excuse, right? And you give it to us and we accept it. But in the end, you are breaking the first rule. Okay? And it applies to us as a teacher as well. Okay? Those poor guys who are taking 160 with me, they know it. I'm very bad at it, and I told them in the first lecture that I am very bad at it. Okay? So I cannot become good, but at least I can be honest. I'm trying to become good. I'm practicing now. Anyway. But this comes from the point is whatever you are doing it with an honest intention. Okay? Along the way, if you make a mistake, that is understandable. Everybody makes a mistake. Okay? There is nothing wrong with it. But if you are honest, then you will correct it. Okay? If you are honest with your mistake, then there is a bigger chance you will correct it. Okay? I'll give you an example. Okay? Usually, I will take quiz with you guys, right? Okay? Now, quiz are relatively easy. Somebody was asking me for a mock exam or a mock quiz. Like you have been doing it from like first grade. Multiple choice, true and false, right? My daughters are doing it in their school. Nursery, reception, first grade, they are doing it. You don't need a mock exam, right? But the point is, it's easy, right? Quiz is easy. Okay? Easier. Nothing is easy in life. But quiz is easier because you have the options in front of you, right? Okay? So there are many people who don't study for the quiz because they know, okay, true and false, I have a chance, right? What is the chance I can go wrong? 50%, right? But there is a 50% chance, even without study, I can get the right answer, right? There's a chance. So they don't study. They come to the quiz and some of them get very high marks. I have taken a quiz in the other course where the lowest is 9 out of 10. Lowest. Okay, so everybody is 10 or 9. Okay, you can hope for it. But the point is, for the quiz you should study, right? Now you didn't. You should have. You didn't. In the quiz, by chance, you got 8, 9, 10, whatever. But then what will happen next? You will come the exam in the same way, right? See, I got 10 out of 10 without studying. Why should I study for the exam then? So you made a mistake. Okay. For the quiz, you made a mistake. You were not honest about it. You thought, yeah, it's very easy. The whole course is very easy. I will pass it like this. Okay. Now what will happen in the exam? You will come without a study as well, and you will get maybe 5 out of 40. Okay. So the reason is when you made the first mistake, you are not honest about it. Okay. When you made the first mistake, you were not honest about it. You are not honest about your mistakes. You will keep on doing them. So there is no chance of correction. Got it? Okay. The second principle is objectivity. Okay. These are two words which we use very often. Objective and subjective. There is something which we call as objective and something which we call as subjective. Okay. If I ask you how many chairs are in the room? Huh? 100? 100? Can I check it? You trust? Can I check it? Are they 100? Huh? Are they 100? He's counting. Yes, go ahead. More? Okay. Anyways, now this answer is subjective or objective? Objective. Why? Because you gave me a number, right? Give me a number. Okay. And somebody says that I ask you how many chairs are in the room, and they tell me a lot. Yes, there are a lot of chairs, right? Now, is this subjective or objective? Subjective. Subject to what? What you call as a lot. There are more than 100 chairs if I trust him. I still don't trust anybody. Okay, but let's say more than 100. Okay, somebody goes to a room, there are 40 chairs, and he says there are a lot of chairs in the room. How many? 40. Okay, so subjective can change from one person to the other person. Okay, one person may say we have a lot of chairs. Why? Because we have maybe 30-40 chairs. Okay, forward. Okay, somebody may say 40 is a lot, and somebody else may look at 60 chairs and he may say there are only few. Right or wrong? Okay. So now you should know why we should be objective, why not subjective. Okay, because your subjective answer can change, the objective answer will not change. Got it? Okay, so it's not like, okay, client came or called me today, I am giving him a different answer, and if he calls me after 2 days I will give him a different answer. It's not like this. Okay, so you have to be objective, based upon facts and not based upon your belief or judgment, opinion. Okay, so this is the second responsibility, that we should be objective in the information we are providing to the client. Okay, not subjective. I gave an example in the previous lecture as well. Your project is delayed, it's not on time. Okay, and you tell the client it's a little bit delayed. Now according to you, little bit means 1 month, but for the client 1 month can mean a loss of 20,000 BD. Okay, so the information to the client should not be subjective, should be objective. Okay, based upon facts, not based upon opinion or judgment. The third one is competence. Okay, competence starts from when you take the job. Okay, competence starts from when you take the job. Okay, we have companies in the construction industry which only deal with concrete. That's it. Okay, they only deal with concrete. They have the equipment for it, they have the people who can deal with concrete, and so on. If the same company, and this happens, okay, this happens. So you are a company which deals with concrete, but you are very good at your job. I am a client. Okay, if I come to you that do this job for me because I like your work, and you tell me I can only handle concrete. If I like you as a client, I may tell you, no, you are very good, please do steel as well. And this happens. Okay, client, when they have very good relationship with the companies, they offer them, okay, I will give you more. Do this for me because I know you, because I can trust you. Okay, there are people who pay 2-3 times more to companies which they trust. Okay, because obviously there's so much investment, right? Thousands and millions of BDs are there. So come forward. Okay, so sometimes the client says, okay, you have been doing concreting for me, now you do the steel for me as well because I trust you. I will pay you more. Now should you take the job? Because he is paying you more and he trusts you. Should you take this job? You will be going against the third one. Okay, so competence starts when you are taking the job. Okay, before you take the job, assess yourself, what can you do. Okay, clear? Okay, Now this doesn't mean you go to the job interview and they tell you, can you do this design, and you tell, okay, I cannot do it, and you walk out. It doesn't mean that as well. In this way you will never get a job. Okay. So second part of it is, if you take the job, then gain the knowledge and skill which you require for the job, which is important for people. Okay. If you are the engineer who is hired, you are a fresh engineer. There are lots of things you are seeing for the first time. That doesn't mean you will leave the job and go home because I don't know about this. I'm again going against my responsibility. No. It means now you have the job. It's your responsibility to learn about the job. Got it? Clear? Okay. If you have the choice, obviously as a fresh engineer you don't have the choice. But you are already working in the company, the boss says this is something extra you have to do, now you have to do it, right? You will not leave your job because of this one issue, right? But that doesn't also mean you will do it blindly. I don't know it, I will still do it. I will still do however I want. No. Okay, now you have to do it, then get the knowledge and experience on how to do it. Okay, the company says from now on we will use a new software. You will not leave your job because of a new software. You will learn it. Got it? You will learn the new software. Clear? Okay. So this is the third principle. The fourth principle is, be fair. Okay. And the other thing which they have written is disclose all conflicts of interest. Okay. What does it mean? So for example, you are going for a promotion in your job. You are going to apply for a promotion in your job. Okay. And the boss who will handle your application, he tells you something to do, okay, from his own judgment. Later on you find out that what he is saying is wrong. Okay. What he is saying is wrong. But if you tell him, then there is a chance that you may lose your job, then you may lose your chance for the promotion. But the boss may not like you, right? Why is he going against me? Okay. This is what we call as conflict of interest. I may have to go against a person who is giving me some benefit. So will I look at my benefit, or will I look at the requirement of my job? Okay. My job says I have to go against this person. But if I go against him, he may not like me and he may damage my reputation, he may demote me, he may shift it to some other place, he may fire me, and so on and so forth. Okay? So this is called as conflict of interest. Clear? Okay. In professional life, it is very important that you avoid conflict of interest. You avoid conflict of interest. What does it mean? I'll give you an example from our field, education. So, you know the sons and daughters of the doctors, they can be students here as well, right? Okay. So, if my daughter or my son is in the classroom and I am teaching, it's a conflict of interest, right? He or she is my own blood, right? And then I have to grade the paper. And I have to check the assignment. And I have to do everything, but I am doing it with everybody, right? Okay? So you see the conflict of interest now. I have some interest in that person, and what I am doing may go against it, right? I love that guy or that girl because he is my blood. But he may be getting 0 in the exam. He or she may be getting 0 in the exam. Okay? Will I give him 0? Or will I give him or her something because she is my own blood? Okay? So what they do, in universities, whenever such thing happens, they will ask you to declare in advance. When my son or daughter gets admission in the university, they will ask me, do you have a, do you have someone in the university who is your relative? Okay, and I have to declare it. Once I declare it, then they will not assign me to that class. Okay, this is what we mean by avoiding conflict of interest. Okay, you don't try to get into a situation where this can happen. Okay, you don't say, no, I'm a very strict teacher, I grade everybody same, so I can go in my daughter's class and start teaching. Okay, you declare it and you back out. Okay, you go away from it. Clear or not? Okay, because if you get into it, there is a chance that you may not be fair, or maybe you are fair, but who will believe you? Right or wrong? Okay, who will believe you? So, in construction, for example, they have these big groups, right? Somebody was mentioning Koheji group. So, they have a lot of companies, right? Different companies are the same group. Okay, so maybe they have a construction company, contractor, and they have a testing company as well, which tests materials. Now, if the material which is used on their site is tested by their own company, is it not conflict of interest? It is, right? Under the same honor. So how will you go against them? Maybe the material is not good quality. Okay? So your report may not be considered fair. Okay? The report, even if the material is very high quality and your report is very accurate, but who will believe you? Got it? Okay. So this is about conflict of interest. Okay, and fairness we know. Okay, as I mentioned earlier as well, you don't make decisions on the basis of your opinion, your judgment. Okay, this person looks good, this person looks bad, whatever he is saying is wrong, whatever he is saying is right. There's nothing like this. Okay, whatever information you are getting, you will look at it irrespective of who is giving it or from where it is coming. Okay, and whatever decision you take, it will be on the basis of the information provided, not whether you like this person or not. So you have a site engineer, he comes daily in the office and fights with you. I don't have this, I don't have this, I need a vacation, I need this, I need this. Daily he comes to your office and fights with you. Okay, so next time there's a problem on his side, you leave it. Is this fair? No. The problem on the side is your responsibility, right? Whether that person is good or not, something else. Clear? If you don't like that person, you can fire him. But if he is on the job, you have to support him. Got it? Clear? So this is fairness. Yeah, confidentiality meaning the information in very rough words. The information should be given to the person who should have it. That's it. The information should be only given to the person who is responsible for it, not to everybody. Okay? So for example, the cost of the project. You don't put it on Instagram. But this is my cost of the project. Concreting cost this much, steel cost this much. People are doing it, by the way. People are doing it. Don't do it. This goes against the confidentiality principle. Okay? That information is only for the project manager. You only give it to that guy. Okay? It's not for everybody. Everything should not be made public. Clear? Okay? So confidentiality means that information should only be given to the person who is responsible for it. Everybody else is out of this principle. Okay? If it doesn't bother him or her, just leave him. Okay? You don't provide the information to him or her. Okay. professionalism. We have discussed professionalism earlier as well. What should a professional do? Yes, tell me. What is the difference between a professional and non-professional? Huh? Higher skills, okay. Huh? Knowledge, yes. He has to be tested, okay. Yes, anything else? Huh? He has to go through academic process, okay. What does it have to do here? We are talking about responsibility to client. What does it have to do with professionalism? What part of professionalism is part of the responsibility to the client? Huh? Yes. What part of responsibility comes under professionalism? Huh? Number 7. Number 7 is something else. I'm talking about what we discussed earlier. These are all different points, right? One of them is professionalism. So what we discuss under professionalism, that will affect your responsibility. Huh? Cost? Okay. What about cost? You have responsibility to it? Okay. Yes, anything else? We already discussed, right? This is like an additional point. Fairness is there, and confidentiality is there, competence is there. But what else comes under professionalism? Huh? He has to use his skills, okay. Okay. When we discuss professionalism or profession, we said profession is something which benefits the society. Okay. Profession is something which benefits the society. Okay. So you mentioned cost. So professional conduct means that you are looking after the interest of the client, not your own interest. Okay. I'll give you a very small example. You go to the mechanic and he can fix something in 5 BD. This is whose interest? Your interest, right? But if he tells you, no, I have to buy 3 more parts for and put it in your car, and it will cost me 30 BD. Okay? Now whose interest is this? Your or the mechanic? Mechanic, right? So this is unprofessional. Professional meaning that you look after the interest of your client. Okay? You are doing everything, yes. Yeah, you need to have the knowledge and the skill and fear, and you have to hold the information and so on and so forth. But in doing all these things, you have to make sure that in the end the client gets the benefit. Okay? Some people think the other way around. Some people think if I am professional, I should be making millions. This is what we mean by a professional, right? This guy is very rich. He charges, for example, 1000 BD for 1 hour. He is a very good professional, right or wrong? You go to a doctor which charges you like 5 BD. And you go to another one who charges you like 50 BD. What do you say? He is a good professional, right? Okay? There are other things for it. Okay, I'm just giving an example. In 50 BD, he may be giving you more than 5 BD. This is another thing. Okay? But what we think as a professional is somebody who makes more money. Okay? But professionalism has nothing to do with making more money. Professionalism has to give more value to your client. Got it? Giving more value to your client. Okay? Okay? So this is what we mean by professionalism. And then we have diligence. Yeah, we have talked about it earlier as well. Diligence means anything, again in simple words, anything which you can do, you should do. This is what we mean by diligence. Anything which is in your power and you can do it to make your work better, to improve your work, you should do. Okay? So for example, the client says that I'm giving you 1 week to finish this job. Okay? Now, you know that in this 1 week there will be a holiday as well. Okay? You can make up for this 1 day by putting extra people on the job. You can do it. You have the people. You have staff in your company, extra staff which can come on this job and work for extra time to make up for this 1 day. Okay? So if you do it, that will be called as diligence. Okay? You are very diligent. You are doing whatever is required, whatever you can do. Okay? But if you don't do it, okay, you say, okay, the client said 1 week, and the client said, okay, I showed the client I will have 5 people on the job. When the holiday comes, I will tell the client, and I will finish it in the next week. What's the problem? Okay. You knew about it in advance, but you didn't do anything about it. This is against this principle. Okay. So diligence means anything which you can do, you should do. Okay. And it is mainly used for checking, for testing. Okay. I'll give you an example from you guys. Okay. So you are sitting in the exam. You finish the exam. Okay. And there are many people like you. I don't know why. Like in our times, it used to be a crime. How is going early? Okay. But with you guys, like every semester, every course, every section, I have 2-3 people who are just running away after half an hour. Can I go? Can I go? Okay. Now you have the extra time. Okay. You have the extra time. You can check your paper. You can read it again. Okay. Maybe you can think more about what to add in my answer. Okay. But you don't do it. You just did it once. Take the paper. I'm going home. Okay. So you had the time, but you didn't check your answer even in the extra time. Okay. This is again, you are not fulfilling your responsibility. So in construction industry, you bought cement from a new supplier. The supplier says the cement is very good, and you believe him. You did not check it. He's a new supplier. How do you know that what he is saying is correct or not? Okay. So diligence says that then you should check anything which you are using on the site. Okay. So diligence mainly means you do whatever you can to improve your job. More specifically, it is used for checking, testing. Do as many checks and tests as possible and then you work on it. Clear? Okay. Any questions? Abdul Rahman Hamid.